Well, hello. Welcome to Sunday Night Coffee Talk. And I see Carrie's here and Sharon is here with a reminder that as you join, hit the thumbs up button for our Sunday Night Coffee Talk chats. A lot of times we are in the kitchen and we brew a beverage and then we cook a meal, but it is convention time. So convention time means there is zero downtime. Hey, Tutu Cat, and Barely Begun, and Brenda. Good to see you guys. And it's also a holiday for those of you who are moms or have moms or no moms or, any number of things. And I know that for some people it's a very hard day, but by and large, we can all appreciate some moms. So, I hope that it's been a good one for you. So, yeah, so for me, I am a mom, and my kid graduated from OSU this year. So, really super proud. We went out for chicken wings, and then I had to skitter back to continue working on our convention coming up. It starts this Friday. And are we ready? The answer is no. We still have to iron on patches, and then we have to pack. Like I haven't even started, and we've got to pull out like some nice square dining tables for our program and all kinds of stuff. Oh yeah, and Carrie mentions Happy Mom's Day to all. I'm sorry that it's been some time without your mom, but you're here with us, and so it's good. And it looks like Carrie's had some computer issues, but it's doing good now. So that's good to see. But anyway, so I spent some time with my kid and we played a short little board game just because the time is crushing down. Projects that maybe we should have done a couple months ago. We started day before yesterday. So, we're a little behind. As a result, pieces of our cosplay are going to be questionable quality, but it's still going to look okay. And I will 100% in the community tab post a picture of us in our cosplay, our guild. We're doing Alien, so also I'm supposed to be the Ripley character, and I'll just tell you, I didn't get the wig. I used to have a wig that I thought would work, but it's not quite right. It's my Snow White wig, and ultimately I decided that it's too hot. It needs restyled, and to undo those lovely Snow White curls to make it all 1980s big hair for Ripley, I just didn't want to. And so you remember how I talked about curls in my hair and not trying it? So I ordered some curlers. They were cheap. It was like $2, so I don't even know if they're gonna curl my hair, and I've never used curlers before. So we're gonna do that because I thought what I could do is then put the baseball cap on and then pretend like it's stuffed up in there and just have like wild curls in the front. That's my plan. Oh, Sharon's just sat down. Probably going to be hard to get up because too much yard work today. But here in Ohio, oh my gosh, it is a glorious day out, which has been fortunate because I've been out there spray painting and spray plastidip. It's just crazy. So, but it's starting to look like a piece of crap flamethrower, which is what the Wutan Corporation gave them in the movie. So, it's good. Oh, and Barely Begun says that's okay on the wig. He heard the release of the movie put some other of her curls back in the movie that were edited out. Cough. Oh my. Well, I haven't seen the new one yet, but I'm open minded and I will think about it. You know, let's see. Carrie said they had more rain in Texas, but now it's a wonderful day. Sharon says her house has been open for 2 days now. Wow. No, our house actually got too warm, so we had to close everything up again. And don't say it. I had to turn on the AC because the upstairs was getting to be like 80, so we needed to get some fans running. Oh yeah, and Rickwin says, yeah, sometimes you have to clear the cache to get the network running again. It's very frustrating. Anyways, so besides that, we've been working on this cosplay. This is so dumb, but we're using some bottles. I wish I had brought one here to share with you, but it's we've actually talked about them on Coffee Talk. It's the Fire One Day bottled coffee. It's really delicious, but we're using them because and we've painted the caps to look like metal, and I've painted the bottles so it'll be the tanks for the gas on our flamethrowers. And a couple of the caps got screwed up while we were experimenting, and then we've changed our mind on design. So let me just tell you, I've drank like 6 of those in the last several days, and as much as I love coffee, I am totally over it. But he had to go buy some more because we need at least one more. And jokingly, he tells me I don't have to drink it. I could just put it in a container and put it in the fridge. But really? No. You know I'm going to drink it, like it or not. And Keto Simple says they have to keep the AC on because of the upstairs. Yep. Unfortunately, our house was built in the 70s, and it sorely needs all new insulation put in the attic. Or the other thing that we would love to, if we could just get the money together for it, is to put in I can't even remember what it's called. It's like a whole house exhaust fan. And we've been in houses with them in the past and before, both of us. It's amazing. It's like this industrial fan that they put in the roof, and then it shuttles down into the house. And what you do is at night you open it up and you turn the fan on, and it like sucks up a bunch of air and cycles it out and brings up a bunch of cool air. And I mean, it's amazing, but it's expensive to put in, so I don't know that we're really going to ever see it. Carrie, I've had 1 espresso and 1 cup of coffee today, my usual. Carrie, yes, an attic fan. And Carrie says he needs lots of work for the house in the winter. He freezes, and in the summer he melts. Yep, that's very typical. And Sharon says, yes, they're very nice having the whole house fan. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Anyways, so this is my a Mother's Day treat that I have. And yes, it's red. It's very pink. What this is, it's a Starbucks treat because I looked in my app and I was still miffed about my not liking the coffee that I got at Buckeye Game Fest. And I was like, and I saw that they added a Mom's Day coupon for me for being a gold member for a number of years, which I find ironic because I haven't been there for a long, long, long time. So I got their passion tea without the sweet. And no water, which means it's the concentrate iced down. And then I added a little bit of sugar-free vanilla syrup. So, you know, I know the sugar-free vanilla syrup's not that great, but, you know, whatever. And so it's a very strong concentrate. Keto Simple says they'll throw those coupons out there to get their hooks back in. I mean, it's not going to happen because it's really inconvenient. But I used my coupon, and that's what I got. I used to try to get heavy cream added because it tastes really nice. But unless you're there in person and you're there to like explain the no water thing, they try to put the amount of heavy cream that they would for water to the concentrate, and no can do. So Yeah, that's just not going to work for me. So, anyways, let's see. Oh, Sharon says they have a basement and find that running the fan on the central unit helps regulate temperatures too. It'll pull the cooler basement air around. Yeah, our basement feels amazing. And Keto Simple says, yep, they only get Starbucks if they're out and about or on vacation. Yeah, a special treat like it used to be. And Carrie says the tea looks good. Hey, thank you, Jen Delaney. Jen says, Happy Mother's Day. So, let's see. Oh, and Carrie says he told the person at Barnes & Noble that he wondered if he could throw off the people in the coffee shop by asking for an invisible coffee, and they laughed. So, anyways, so we got this cosplay. We're building these giant flamethrowers. It's crazy. Oh, Jen Delaney, what opened? They opened a 7 Brew 2 miles from her. Oh, that sounds interesting. I'll have to try it when I'm in the area. So, yeah. Anyway, so happy Mom's Day once again to everybody who has moms, knows moms, likes moms, has heard of moms, etc., etc. You know, moms all around. Disregard if you have a shitty mom and just think of other nice moms that you know. So, now we're going to do something controversial. Uh-oh. But my YouTube channel's not monetized, and so I read the rules, and it didn't say anything. Yes, for moms. It didn't say it was a problem. So I'm just going to share with you a product review. Yeah, and judge me if you want or don't want. I got these. It's hard to see because it's glowy. This is called Wink. It's a black cherry fizz seltzer plus THC. That's right, you heard me. Anyways, it has 0 calories, 0 carbs. It's carbonated water with a little bit of black cherry flavoring, hemp extract and citric acid, and THC derived from hemp. It's 5 milligrams THC, 5 milligrams CBD. So that's a very, very low dose, and it's legal in Ohio. So and quite frankly, I just have to say, since it's legal here in Ohio, not having sugar mixed in with the weed is awfully nice. And Barely Begun says he's in Oregon. We can't phase him with that lightweight stuff. You know that there's going to be somebody who's upset about it or be like, keto people doing drugs. And it's like, no, that's not the same thing. You know, it's not meth. But I will also say I'm not a medical doctor, and this is not medical advice. And don't take medical advice from weirdos on the internet. That'd be me. Nerds who like to do things and have that. Yes, I will tell you that you don't get high off of it. It's not going to make you high. Even when they say in their commercials that it gets you lightly buzzed, now, you know, in like 30 minutes, you might feel a little relaxed. But yeah, you're not going to get high. And somebody just got home. So, and so Dyson's going to go absolutely hog wild because the door is opening and I am sitting here. But he'll be fine in a minute. Just peeking. Oh, it's Attila. So, and Cute Cat is saying, wondering what it tastes like. And Keto Simple says it's upwards of 200 milligrams. Don't know if I would recommend that much. Oh man, did that make you throw up? That's a lot. Yeah, that's a lot. Ooh, that upsets my stomach thinking about it. But, and Carrie says there's that cool vacuum Dyson. Yep. So anyways, at 5 milligrams, all it's really going to do is make you a little bit able to sleep in an hour and a half, 2 hours or so, maybe, if that. And because when they're portrayed on TV, they act like if like the little tiniest bit, you're going to be like super, super high, and suddenly you're going to need 10 bags of chips and just like go all wild. And that's not what happens. But what does happen is that my tight tendon here and the nerve bundle from sitting at a computer electronics all day uh, doesn't hurt so much. My knees don't hurt, and I've got like bone on bone. I'm supposed to eventually get like an injection there, but whatever. So, oh, Q Simple saying wonders when Indiana will get on board. Well, let me tell you, uh, they are fighting it so hard here in Ohio. Not the people, regardless of where you are on the political spectrum, are so in favor. Like when they passed the petitions, they blew past the requirements like in no time. And then they were forced to do it again. And people were like, no, we need it legalized. Legalize it. And it's still taken months. And I will tell you that is very limited as to what they can sell, who they can sell. And you can't go into a dispensary off the street without your medical card. They are saying that they hope to have fully regulated by June, or at least the end of June. But I'm telling you that right now they are putting political fights into it because our current are trying to change it to a Schedule 3, which would impact the laws here. And it's just so they're like, oh, maybe we should wait. And it's like, no, just do it. Just let everybody go. Hey, Air Fry Auntie says you need to remember the change in times. Well, and I don't even know what time I'd been putting it on, but I put it for 6 o'clock tonight because I knew that's when I could barely scrape by to get here. Hey, Attila, if you've logged into the live stream, I used my Mother's Day coupon at Starbucks, and there's a coffee on the counter for you. It's decaf, but I know I'm being goofy. It is a decaf because I know that that's fine for you, and it's a latte breve, so you should like it. If not, I guess I will have a second treat and drink it tomorrow, iced. So, anyways, so I will tell you, like, it does take the anxiety, ADD edge off just a smidge. So I like it. Oh, and Attila said they already got it. He got my text. Nice. And it's good. Great. So this is it. So it's seltzer water. You know, that bubbly stuff that we drink all the time because it's keto compliant. The thing is that if you get stuff, the chocolates or the gummies, they don't have sugar-free versions. So that's the bonus here. And they don't even advertise it as that. When they advertise this stuff, they talk about it not having alcohol. I don't give a crap about that. I would love to see more sugar-free products. Does everything have to have sugar in it? And I get it that the sugar probably helps counteract the skunky taste, but if you have a good quality, that's not an issue in the same way. And Carrie's made a joke. He says, decaf coffee, Radical Geek is where the calf went away for the mama cow. Oh my goodness, Carrie, that one is a stinker-rooney. But it's giving me a chuckle. Because theirs not diluted with water, it's very tart, and I love that sour. I actually think that if I pour a little bit of it out into another glass and mix it with this, it'll be really nice. So I'll tell you, this was actually, it says it's manufactured in East Greenville, Pennsylvania. And the most important warning, this product does not claim to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent disease and has not been evaluated for safety or efficacy or approved by the United States Food and Drug Administration. Those who are pregnant or nursing should avoid using this product prior to consulting with a healthcare professional about its safety. Not intended for the use under the age of 21. So it has the usual warnings on it that it's supposed to have. Uh, the problem that I find with a lot of products is where they're selling it like it's a miracle snake oil. Oh, have CBD and it'll cure your cancer. No, it will not. Don't make things up just to make sales. You know, it's not cool. Now, I will say that they do have proven studies that THC CBD combos do reduce inflammation. Uh, They have studies that say if you're diabetic type 1, you really need to be consulting with your physician before you partake in a THC or CBD because for some people, it can mask the symptoms of ketoacidosis. Not the same thing as ketogenics. Oh, okay, Air Fryer Nanny. Well, we'll see you soon. Says you'll have a great afternoon. Got to go mobile and take something to her brother. Hey, that's all right. Family has to, sometimes takes precedent over YouTube. So, but we appreciate you, Air Frying Auntie. And Julie in the Pine says, can't wait to see what I think of it. So, but what else was I going to tell you? So, oh yeah, early studies though, as far as ketogenic and THC and CBD are all in progress with a lot of positive results, especially when it comes to like gut health. They're finding that it has a very positive impact for people who follow a ketogenic diet and also for people who have things like IBS. They say it really does a lot. So, yeah. Oh, Barely Begun, that sucks. Barely Begun says he has a friend with a lot of chronic pain issues, but unfortunately allergic to all the cannabis stuff. Ah, well, so that really sucks. Hopefully, though, they can have something that gives them pain relief. And she gets tested for her ADHD meds regardless. Oh, yeah. Hey, Uncle Big Guy. So let's see. I'm seeing, let's see. Howdy. So, anyways, now I gotta sit crazy because, it's Sunday and it's Mom's Day. But preliminary studies are showing that early results that it's possible that a THC CBD combo may help contribute to reducing your insulin resistance. So again, that's not a medical fact yet. It's only a preliminary study that has some positive results that they're looking into. There's no medical advice here. There's just chatting about stuff we read on the internet, and I'm not telling anybody to try THC. Carrie is really wanting me to open it. But look at how I'm just teasing you guys. I'm just going to hold it here for a long time and drink my tea. But yeah, see how that was a good trick, right? But so there we go. Anyways, what did other people do today? Like, I'm gonna tell you, it's been a whirlwind weekend. We spent basically all day yesterday trying to do, a month's worth of cosplay effort in one go. And I gotta say, we were fairly miraculous with, like drilling and building the prop and trying to plan. We're getting ready. I still have to unload a couple totes of Catan stuff from my truck so that we can then start loading totes for Marcon for cosplay competition. It's not a competition. Cosplay, masquerade, and fashion show. We're not competing because Marcon is a very teeny tiny con, and I felt, and my guild members agreed with me, that we want to encourage and empower people, and we didn't want to put like the onerous of competition, which has a lot of guides and regulations and all of that. Instead, we want people to participate, have fun, and show off whether they bought it, whether they're brand new, whether it's a cosplay or just like fancy dress. Maybe they got like that Elizabethan Tudor dress for the Ren Fair, and they want one more place to wear it. We want them to do that. Come on stage, tell us about it, and then we do have some prizes because we You know, we're just going to do audience vote and say, let's see, best in show. Who's your favorite out of all the cosplays? You know, raise your hands. And I'm going to go off camera for a second to get something to show you because it's right here and I haven't packed it. So now you're going to hear rustle, rustle, rustle. But I did get this little trophy so you can see it. And it just says Best in Show Marcon Cosplay 2024. Look, it's nothing fancy. It's cheap plastic, you know, but it's not nothing. And in the past, they've had maybe like only certificates. So the person who wins the Best in Show will get this nice little trophy. Nice. Questionable word for this. We'll get this janky little trophy. And then they will get a nice little, it's a major award. I love that. If I might have to make that joke. And then we will also give them a little gift card to like a Joann's or Home Depot or something. I don't know. We don't have budget or anything like that, so stuff comes out of pocket, means it's a little bit chintzier, but I'm going to look through my credit card rewards and see if I can't snag up a nice little gift card. Then I have these for the participants because I don't think we'll get more than 20. I have 24 of these, so hopefully we have under that. If not, we'll have to figure something out. And then at least all the kids. So, but look, it's this, and it just says winner on it, and everyone gets one. Well, hopefully everyone gets one. If not, we'll reduce it and be like the top 20 or the top 10 or something gets them and use the rest of the medals for something else. But so that's what we're doing. Like I said, and when I say this is a teeny tiny convention, I mean it's like maybe 400 people. Got some cool things happening there. Couple concerts. If you ever look up on YouTube, the Harp Twins, they're loads of fun. Lovely, lovely people. And they're going to do a concert. My friend's band is doing a concert. They're called 2D6. That's right, nerd band. And yeah, I just got to sit and be more comfy. All right, so everything is in motion now. It's like go time. And like originally, I was going to try and do the live stream, you know, a regular one and cook. What I wanted to make and try out was the heavy cream eggs that they've been showing on TikTok. But we'll probably have to do that in 2 weeks. This week is like everything, the task just became so much. I was like, and cosplay stuff is everywhere. The kitchen counter is covered in cosplay stuff. My dining table is covered in cosplay stuff. I've got a tote right there. It's insane. And it's starting to feel not great. So I just really want to get everything packed up so I can have my house back. Barely Begun says he vended at an event called Market for the Strange yesterday. Not much cosplay as such, but lots of goth wear makeup, which sort of counts. Oh, I love goth clothes. I don't know if you noticed, but I wear a lot of black. Back in the 80s, I used to be very goth. In fact, like I was very Susie. Like what was the matter with me? Because it was the New Mexico desert, you know, and I'm out there in a black turtleneck, you know, in my big poofy gigantic, you know, 1980s hair and my black eyeliner. I needed to take some clothes off and wear some t-shirts. And it was great though, because like people would be like, oh, and like cross the street and stuff, but I don't care. Y'all are quiet tonight. So, but Market for the Strange sounds amazing. It sounds right up my alley. I don't know if you saw, if they had a lot of goth stuff. Did they have steampunk? Steampunk is one of my favorites as well. Love all the gears and fun bits. All right, let's do it. Airfryer Annie, there will definitely be pictures. I want pictures too. All right. All right, so let me just tell you that it's not going to blow you away. It's it it's better than LaCroix, but not as good as Waterloo or Polar. But you can actually taste the black cherry. I think it would be really good. I think it needs ice. So I do think it would taste really good mixed with this tea. So yeah, but so it's sparkling water. It's sparkling water. So if you're, yeah, it's not heavily flavored, and of course there's no sweetener, so it's just plain old sparkling water. Carrie likes Waterloo. Yeah, that's probably Waterloo and Polar kind of compete for my favorites. Hey Lynette, good to see you. I'm so glad. Happy Mama's Day. So, did you have a lovely day? What did you guys have for your time together? I'm very interested in that. Uh, we played a board game called Lanterns. It's a short and easy game, but and while it's mechanically simple, uh, it behooves you to like think as you play a little bit to strategize. You don't have it's not a high strategy, but it's like pattern matching, so you have to think about that. Why, thank you. So I'm trying to think of what else. Oh, so right after we finish all of this alien cosplay stuff, I have to start getting ready for a camping event, but our guild's next cosplay is supposed to be Fallout. So now we're currently trying to discuss whether we want to do older Fallout or new TV Fallout, a mishmash of them, a mashup, what. So it'll be interesting. I think that we could probably we would be slightly more on trend if we did the TV version of Fallout, but there's nostalgia for people our age who have played all the Fallouts. So I don't know. I don't really have to think about it. But I'm going to tell you something. One thing that cheeses me off about the trophy. I know that it's cheap, but it has, and you can't see it on the camera, but it has a little defect. So I feel bad about that. But honestly, what are you going to do? It's not like I couldn't complain and tell them that, I want another one because it won't get here in time. And I don't think anybody will really care. I think they'll just be glad that, we're thoughtful enough to have something. The sad thing is that the convention's kind of been like on a decline, and we're just we're putting into it because we love it. Carrie says he's never played Fallout, so if I open the game, would that make you fall out? Just a silly joke. So, whew. I don't know. So I am curious though about what people were having for meals today. Because we're getting ready for a con, I didn't buy like full-on groceries, and now we're gonna have to scramble to have food for the next couple days. I have to dig in the freezer. So I'm definitely looking for inspiration, because I don't know that I'm all that excited about thinking of like maybe I'll do an egg fast for 4 days right before convention, because I don't know, maybe I will. But I don't know, for some reason, like I've been like one of the few people who could do the egg fast and then like be like, after we're done, want some eggs. But I don't know, for some reason right now I'm just not in the mood. Mama Bear Lynette said today she had grilled salmon with a sour cream dill sauce and lobster. Wow, that sounds amazing. And dinner tonight is slow cooked short ribs. Oh, short ribs are my favorite. I love short ribs. Yeah, we thought about going out for steak, but I knew that it would be ridiculously busy. And so we went for a BW3. We ordered naked wings and then just get a variety of toppings for it. So, but we love it because they open at 11 o'clock. And if you go there right at 11 o'clock, you're like the only people in the restaurant. And so your wings are really good, nice and crispy, perfectly cooked. So it's really a good go-to for us. Let's see, Beverly Begun had a Big Mac bowl with too much cheese. All he really wants these days. I get that too, where I kind of like go on a binge of eating the same thing every day, every day. But what happens is that I do that, and then one day, suddenly, boom, aversion, and then I can't have it for a long time. Ooh, Carrie had a big, huge burger patty, and then when he came back, he had 6 eggs and another burger patty. That sounds like a great day. Rickwin says no inspiration. Took some cod out of the freezer and cooked it in the air fryer. I don't know. Actually, I think I have 2 pieces of cod in the freezer. And Mama Bear says that's right, that she did not go out to a restaurant today. It's too expensive and it's difficult with Jesse. We just cook everything at home and we're happy that way. Yeah, that sounds great. For us, the wings are nice because my kid's apartment is literally like uh, a block and a half away from there. So we can hang out at their apartment and then we just wander over and then we wander back. It's just kind of like a weird little ritual that we have is every couple of Sundays we go out for wings. So that this one fell on a Mother's Day. Yeah. So, hmm. Oh, good. Okay, so Carrie had a grant to help fill his fridge, and June will be the last time for the grant. Yeah, but there's lots of options in your area. There's like, I think I did a list for you for a while back, a couple, maybe like 3 or 4 months ago, with like a list of food banks. You can give them all a call and see, you know, if there's any kind of transport or delivery portion to it, or what kind of things you can do. The food pantries often have a lot of big programs. Yeah, it's all right. Like I said, it's got more flavor than a lot of seltzers, and there's no stinky weed aftertaste. Bonus, right? So there we go. I'll just tell you, I think that the Wink was an okay product. It's awfully expensive, so I don't know that I would voluntarily buy it again, but we'll see. Let's see. And Carrie says that he'll get some more. He has another church that he's using that helps. Oh, good. Well, that's good to hear. It sounded like they were bowling upstairs, but probably it's just rolling of office chairs. Uh, oh, and then Radical Geek is asking if I'll get another test to find out if my fish has bumped up my blood work. Uh, I don't know. Maybe I probably should. I mean, it would be the correct thing to do, but will I? I don't know. See, and that's one of those things. Even though I have a lot of fish, I kind of like the last couple of days have been like, whatever, because it's like work to cook it, and it's been hot. So that's a good option for me is to eat my darn fish that's in the freezer, but also need some food for other people in the household. Pretty sure no one else wants to just eat a bunch of fish for the next few days. Yeah, and Carrie's hoping for a job in computers. Yeah, I don't know. I'll just tell you, IT has really changed, and right now, getting a job in IT is super hard. I don't know. It's really rough right now, and the IT field is oversaturated, and they are just like firing people left and right because they're like, oh, we don't need all these IT people. Expensive money, money, our shareholders' money thrones are getting too small, so we got to fire the IT people. So pretty soon as their computers start having more and more issues and their programs start having more and more defects, hopefully we'll have more IT jobs because, well, I'm pretty sure they would like their business to run efficiently. Just my 2 cents. So the other thing that I'm interested in is some downtime, like as if I'm ever going to get any more. What are people doing like for like TV? Any good shows lately? I don't know. like we don't get to watch a lot of TV. So I'm kind of curious as to what's out there and what kind of things people might be watching that might be of interest. Uh, I watch I watch cooking shows, kind of like a weird thing for someone who has like a very limited food interest. But I don't care about that part if I'm never going to eat it. I love watching people cook, so that's just a thing. Uh, I don't care if they're making big elaborate cakes. I like to complain while they're making because I used to be a very skilled baker, and so I do like to complain about that. Sharon says she's lucky to keep up with YouTube right now. That's true. I'm actually behind on YouTube. People I like to watch or interact with, I just haven't been able to make it because it's been so insane. Uh, I did talk with my boss because we're coming up on quarterly performance reviews, and he's like, I don't have any problems with you, but we do need to talk. And I was like, what do you mean we need to talk? Because that's what you always say when there's a problem. But literally, he just wanted to chat. He was asking me what kind of goals I had for my career. And I was like, I like what I do. So, you know, while I know that that people should in general, try to advance their careers, I was like, I'm not desperate to suddenly become, the next level, which would be my boss's role. Um, if the right position opened and it became available, then I would take it and I would be happy with it. But I wouldn't want to go someplace else just to take that role. It really would have to be very specified. Like I would want to be in the same general kind of thing that I do now, but just the next level up. I wouldn't want to go to like another corporation and or to another part of the corporation solely to be the next level up. I don't know if that makes sense or if that seems crazy, but I was just like, I actually just really enjoy my current job, despite the fact that it's stressful right now. I I like being a project manager, and it shows because that's why I have a good reputation for being a good project manager. Um, let's see. Carrie says he would laugh at him since he watches the Food Network on Discovery. He found a site where he can watch all of the old shows like The Fall Guy from the 80s. Oh, wow. So let's see. And Mama Bear says sometimes she can watch TV while she hand sews, but being a costume geek and love historical dramas such as Mary and George, Manhunt, and Franklin, things like that. That's very cool to know. So let's see. And Barely Begun says once when he had to go to corporate headquarters, he didn't wear a suit jacket, and his manager told him that if he wanted to advance, he should. I said, oh, it was good, thanks. You can wear your suit jacket, though. Oh, listen, I get it because I have long had a very solid reputation as a project manager, so much to the point that I probably about 10 to 12 years ago have told people, like, by the way, I don't wear suits. I just don't. And I'm not going to. Suits do not make me a better manager. Suits do not make me more relatable to the people I work with on a day-to-day basis. I prefer to be happy and productive, and my skills show that I can do both of those things, as does my history. So I will not be wearing a suit, regardless of what kind of things you might think are necessary. Will I dress nicely? Yes, I'll dress nicely. Sure, I'll put on a pair of slacks and a dress shirt, maybe even a vest, which I've done. But yeah, I don't do suits anymore. Now that I don't know. Every so often, I have thought about trying to get one like tailored to fit me, because I've often wondered if that was part of my problem. I didn't like suits because they made me look like an odd little short linebacker because I'm very broad here. I have big arms, and then my waist is smaller, and I'm very, very short. So I just looked very like, ugh, and not in a flattering way. If it were a flattering way, it'd be more interesting, but it wasn't. And so I just like, I'm not into it and I'm not going to because it's just not going to happen. So I also wear comfortable shoes. Oh my God, sneakers. It probably lowers my productivity 20%. It doesn't. It kills me when places can't say that you can't wear sneakers. I understand like no open-toed shoes as a safety concept. And if you're, because that makes sense to me. You don't want somebody's feet getting crushed because there's no shoe at all protecting it or cut. Where I work in the corporate office, but there's still engineering stuff around. There's still electric equipment. There's things that can happen. So I get no open toes. No open toes doesn't have to mean like, nothing fun. And Mama Bear says suits can be difficult to alter. Plus, they're just not comfortable to wear. She doesn't know very many careers that still require suits, except maybe on special occasions. Yeah, that's true. And Barely Begun says he could picture me in a longer tail jacket, a rolled sleeve maybe. Now that sounds interesting. That sounds infinitely more interesting. So, but I pretty much prefer slacks and a t-shirt, jeans and a t-shirt. In fact, I wore jeans all the time, and nobody complained, so I kept wearing them. So, yep. And then let's see. Carrie says, "I do my job by ear since it's an engineer." Oh my goodness, yeah. And technically, I am not an engineer. Now, periodically, as I get moved around, I have been labeled an engineer, and I object, and I like to make them change it because engineer to me is a very special skill set for some very, very intelligent people who deserve that designation. And a project manager or a master scheduler or a financial controller are not engineers. Just because they put financial advisory engineer, you're not an engineer. So no. And I don't want that to be, sometimes I've had the role of solution engineer, and I'm like, no, I'm not a solution engineer. That's like a really high-end architect who does development. I don't do that. I don't architect. I don't IT architect, and I don't want to. I'm not going to do it. So now, I do say sometimes, see, I'm very picky about my work. I want to do what I want to do. And I'm aging, and less people know COBOL these days, and even less people know Pascal or Delphi, which is a related programming code. And so periodically something will come up and somebody will be like, well, Maitreya, don't you know Delphi? And I'm like, oh, no. I am not a developer. I don't want them getting that idea that just because I used to know that suddenly I'm a new person who can do this work that's not my job, and then they don't have to pay the El Dinero. So, yeah. Barely Begun says he's going to call me Dr. Fix-It. I don't know. I'm Dr. Cause Trouble, maybe. Coda's, and then Mama Bear says that's a great idea, that I may need that on a t-shirt. And Barely Begun says it's an embroidery idea for Sharon. Oh my gosh, you troublemakers. So, and then Carrie says he used COBOL his senior year of school. He knew they're taking COBOL to Java now, I think. Sort of. We do use a lot of Java, but there are some things, the mainframe is just really good. Now, it is time that a lot of COBOL needs to start retiring and moving to newer technologies. But there's a lot of critical stuff in this world that is very reliant on COBOL. I call COBOL the Volvo of the computer world. It's boxy, but it's good. It's reliable. It's stable, etc., etc. But there are also, well, it's aging and things have changed, so I get it. Now, Carrie, if you know COBOL, brush up your skills. Start and put out your start calling some temp agencies and let them know that you know COBOL because that is a desired skill for a lot of industries. Think of like your banking, uh, your construction. Uh, it, because it's an older skill that a lot of people don't have. Places that still have COBOL systems, yeah, yeah, it's worth retouching up your skills in. That if you are really invested in going computers, that is a route you could take. Brush up that knowledge and get into some legacy stuff, especially where legacy systems that are COBOL are trying to look at current long-term developments towards replacing it. I mean, that's going to need some serious people, and quite frankly, people with the skills are retiring and dying left and right. So the pool of talent is shrinking. It's the one place where there's not a huge pool of IT talent to pull from. So, yeah, there you go. Isn't that a cheerful thought, right? So, anyways, I'm going to have some of my tea, my delicious. Oh, and Carrie's desktop computer is 13 years old. Wow, that is a very old computer. So, anyways, I hope that you guys have had a lovely evening listening to me babble on, listening to me review my weed soda, a seltzer, not a soda. And I hope that you have a lovely weekend. I think I'm going to go and do one last coating on our flamethrowers so that it can have a chance to at least mostly set before I bring them in for the night. Heaven forbid, I do not want to accidentally leave it out there and then have them get rained on. Oh, God, just the nightmare thinking about it. So, yeah. I hope you guys have a wonderful evening, and I will see you later in the week. Bye-bye.